It's Friday. If you're buying a house this weekend, you got to watch this video and check out what I'm going to tell you. Friday is my favorite day. Well, second favorite day to look at real estate. But it's a great day if you're a buyer to get ready to see what's going on in the market. And what's happening in the market right now? Crazy stuff is happening. Number one, inventory in the Boise bench is way up. 57 single-family homes. Last week it was 41, I think. And before that it was in the 30s and high 20s. So inventory is way up. We expect that in the spring. Even this 57 is a high for, I don't know, as far as monthly averages, it hasn't ever been as high as 57 in the last few years. So if you're a buyer, that's great news. If you're a seller, it's also good news because that means that other sellers are not worried about the stuff that's happening in the world right now. They're not worried about inflation or the stock market or any of these other problems that we're having. They're going about their life. Now, when is the best time to sell your home? Whenever you have enough motivation and you can afford it. And that goes to selling and buying. So if you've got something you want to do, don't hold off. If it makes sense, the market's great. Jump right in. Call me, I'll help you. So if you're a buyer looking, there's a few things here. Number one, there's 3 homes that are coming soon. As you probably remember, if a home is coming soon, I can't show you. You can drive by and take a look. You can even write an offer. Coming soon is the new active. If the neighborhood's good, if you like the street, you like the price, you can make an offer. They accept it, then we go see it. It's going to be okay. New homes, I think there's 14 that are new. That's awesome. I'm just looking at a couple of streets here. Bethel, Clark Street. Clark Street's awesome. Ashland Drive, Sierra, Palouse. There's one on Vista. Vista's pretty busy, but maybe there's some opportunity there, especially on the price. So lots of opportunity for buyers. This is great news. Now, the other thing is I'm looking at a few things here. Prices, I'm always trying to look out for you guys and figure out what's happening on the bench. So I look at what's pending. 36 pending homes. That's a good number. You'll see the number of homes that are active go up, and then a month later, most of them will become pending homes. And so the pending is kind of representing what happened in the last few weeks. But what we're seeing here is homes are pending after 3-4 days on market. Some of these are actually 0. And these 3-4 days on market homes got snatched up. Why? Because they listed on a Thursday or Friday. They drove traffic into the weekend. And the buyers that were out there took advantage. Now, you don't have to buy the first house you see. But if you like the first house you see, you might have to buy it right then and there. So be prepared. Know the market. Look around. And especially know your neighborhoods. Now, the other thing to notice here is these pending homes don't have price adjustments. Sometimes realtors will adjust the price to reflect it's going above asking. There's some rules about that. There's some strategies to that. You don't see it all the time. When you do see it, though, is when the home finally sells. Now, don't worry too much about, you can't read all this. It's no problem. What I want to show you, though, is there's 2 homes that sold for $740,000, and both of them are up. So I thought to myself, okay, I'm going to look into that. $740. What was the original listing price? This is a kind of a funky one. It's got 2 houses on the property, and I think it went for $700 was the list price. Yeah, and it went for $740. So $40,000 over asking. Is that a big deal? If you got 40 grand, I guess it's not. In general, is it less than 10%? Yeah, 770. Yeah, so it's above asking. 40 grand, definitely a strong offer, but that is nothing compared to this one on Rose Hill. Now don't look, even though you can't see. Sold for $740. Guess the list price. $640. $100,000 over asking? No. $540. $200,000 over asking? No. Close though. $525. It sold for $215,000 over asking. Oh my gosh, who does that? I don't know. Someone who loves this house. Now, 1 day on market, and yeah, if a seller got $215 over asking, they're not going to wait and find out if they're going to get a better offer. On the weekend, Friday, Saturday, yeah, I would say wait, especially if your offer is just okay. But $215,000 over asking? Whoa. Now, this house probably listed for a little under what like the market was probably saying, a little conservatively, and I would recommend people do that too. You can always get this bidding more, but no one was expecting $215,000 over asking. Now, I'd be prepared to tell you guys that, oh, well, the bench is super unique, neighborhood to neighborhood, you never know, houses command, the value, blah, blah, blah. No, this is on Rose Hill. Rose Hill becomes Franklin. It's a fairly busy street. Now, the streets aren't everything on the bench, but some people live on the bench because the streets are quiet, and they like the bike ride, and they walk their dogs, and have their kids, and just enjoy themselves. Rose Hill has got some traffic going on. Now, it's a big house, sort of. It's got, the second story. It's this bungalow that was added to. It's a 3-2, and I think there's a potential on the lot to do some more stuff. Yeah, not really, 0.19. So whoever bought this house loved this house. $250,000 over asking. Yeah. Good for the seller and good for the buyer, right? It's nice if you like it. They thought that price was fair. They paid it. And guess what? The appraisal must have supported it. We don't know for sure what the appraisal was, but we know that it was a conventional loan. It likely had an appraisal. It might have had a waiver. And they probably also could have said, we'll make up the difference if the appraisal is low, meaning they're going to guarantee this seller 740 one way or another. Appraisal might come in at 700, and guess what? The loan goes at 700, and guess what? The buyer coughs up an additional 40 grand. With a spread that big, either of those things is possible. The appraisal waiver is nice, so if you're a nice, strong, qualified, conventional buyer, you can get an appraisal waiver. That's awesome. And if not, fingers crossed on the appraisal. How do you accommodate a low appraisal? Throw some more cash on the deal, right? Sprinkle a little more cash on the deal. Everyone loves cash. All right, so that's what's happening on the bench right now. And are those stats true in Ada County? Yes, inventory is up. There are plenty of homes going for over asking, and then Friday is a huge day for activity. New stuff on Friday, great news for buyers. Get out there. If you have questions, call me. I'll help you. Open houses this weekend. Love you, bye.